still got the rebels reeling in Grafton. We've managed to move up here. Who is it that's in the red? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Lincoln emancipates the slaves. The President of the United States has issued a proclamation and executive order making all slaves in the secessionist Confederate States free men. As soon as a slave escapes the control of the Confederate government, either by running away across the Union lines or through the advance of Federal troops, the slave will be permanently free. While this proclamation does not include the slaves in states not in rebellion, these states are strongly encouraged to abolish slavery themselves. The Confederate response has been open outrage. The proclamation is seen as vindication for the rebellion and proof that Lincoln would have abolished slavery even if the states had remained in the Union. The Europeans welcome the news as well. They abolished slavery earlier, and the institution is seen as one of barbarism and not fitting in the modern world. Okay. All right. Army of Tennessee is going to march through the woods. In the snow. Okay, so I guess we're going to take... We might rather send Carleton's cavalry. Right here. Boom. Let's force march. Winter force march with the cav. Oh, here we go. Jalapa. Is that what it's called? The French invasion continues. French reinforcements arrive. General Bazaine marches on. December 13th, 1862. For a moment, it looked like the French invasion of Mexico had come to an end after the humiliating defeat in the Battle of Puebla. But instead, the French managed to contain the pursuing Mexicans in Orizaba, Veracruz, June 14th. After the situation was stabilized, the French shipped in substantial reinforcements. More troops have been arriving since September, with General Bazaine and the main body of the reinforcements landing in October. Bazaine's renewed offensive has already captured the port of Tampico, and the latest city to fall was Jalapa, Veracruz, where the Mexicans offered no resistance. The French now have a considerable force in Mexico with a strong fleet, and the elite Foreign Legion also deployed. It seems a matter of time before we hear about further French advances into the Mexican interior. I feel like that's bad news. I can't remember. I can't quite remember. But I believe, yes, British intervention is down to 16% now. Oh, here we go. Industrialization 2 policy enacted. More support for southern factories. We knew that they were working on this. Government to fund the industry. More money to industrial projects in the South. CSA heavy industry is improving. McClellan's army. Yeah, we still got Gibbs' whole cavalry division. Let's detach them again. And let's go ahead. Let's ride down toward Nashville. Let's see what we see. Double time it. Go. Attack for sure. Scouting. This cav's gonna have to... I think we'll pull them back. We'll pull them back. Back here to Cumberland. Go, go, go. So we could probably add some troops to the army. So let's give the Army of the Mississippi the most attention with this, okay? If we were to add a new division, Heinzelman, and we'll add some Illinois troops, a new brigade. Nathaniel Lyon will be back. What do you say we bring some troops in from Oregon? We've got all winter. Why not? 2,250 troops from Oregon come forward. Two brigades. Let's give the army just a little more artillery. Not a lot, just a little. We'll be up to about 24,000 men here now. McClellan deserves a little bit more. Of course, you know he's going to be screaming for reinforcements. He's got a lot of artillery here. Doesn't he? Let's go ahead and move this into the core. We could probably upgrade just about all of these, huh? Let's add a division. Brigadier General George Bayard. Want to have him be out west. We'll have Ohio again, but they'll be smaller brigades. Just like that. A new division for the Army of Kentucky, who will boost by just a little bit. Like doing that. Got turned around here. I want to reinforce. Let's see, Wessels. We reorganized a lot, so I'd say. So let's add a brigade to Steele's division. Oh, the California. Yeah, here we go. That's a California brigade right there. Let's add a division under Runyon, Brigadier General Schuyler Hamilton. Okay, he adds a brigade. Then another brigade. Where's my New York stuff? Where's New York? New York. Bam. And Hurlbut's army will get up over 30,000 men. Like that. Whoa. I don't know too much about this one. What happened here? General Order number 11. Jews expelled. Military corruption running high. Black markets flourishing. Outcry from Congress and press. A high-ranking general in the Union Army has issued General Order number 11, ordering Jews to be expelled from his military district. This controversial order has already caused a loud outcry of the political leadership and the press. The Jewish population in the U.S. is estimated to be between 150 and 200,000, a dramatic increase from a mere 15,000 in 1840. Many emigrated from Europe as the U.S. promised economic and social freedom, which they did not enjoy in Europe. Even if anti-Semitism is wide in the South as well as in the North, the Jews are seen as secessionists and rebels, destroying the national credit. The interviewed military officials are claiming that the Jews are behind the black market of cotton smuggling to the North, which damages the Union's ability to squeeze the South economically. With General Order number 11, many Jewish families have been expelled, even violently, by the Union Army. Wow. You know, I'll tell you something, man. And I'll tell you what else. Oh, all this time we should have been adding. We should have been adding cavalry. So we got to do this. California cavalry, huh? California cavalry. Let's do brigade of 1,250 troops. They'll be pretty boys from California. Come on out, boys. Add that to this army. We've got Carlton's Cav out here, still got 1,100 troops. That's enough for this army. The Army of North Virginia could probably use a little bit more cavalry. About 42,000 men. Okay, we got 440 cav there, about 800 or so there, about 400 there. Yeah, we could probably use a big brigade of cav. So attached to the army. Let's do that right there. Ward's Cavalry Brigade. Volunteer. That's fine. Oh, I don't see Johnson and Buckner in Grafton anymore. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. That could be trouble. Ooh, wait. Trade deals? What's this? Finance the nation's diplomats to negotiate more lucrative trade deals with foreign nations. The trade deals will allow better prices when importing and exporting goods, giving a boost to the nation's economy. Yes. I want to do measures like that. I want to do more stuff like that. Training manuals. Warfare and tactics are constantly evolving. New and up-to-date drill and training manuals need to be written, printed, and distributed to the officers. At each level of this project further increases the effectiveness of training, meaning the troops' training level increases faster when they are in camp. I like that, especially in winter. Okay. There's no Rebs down here. There's no Rebs down here. McClellan hears that Nashville is empty, and he is more than happy to make winter camp there. I think it's funny that the Confederates have isolated themselves out here. I mean, they're just going to be losing men, I think. They've built a fort, looks like. Wow. Interesting, interesting. Get a Confederate army coming up out of nowhere. Is that what we gonna get? Yeah, we got one moving north here. Getting intel from the south. We'll attack. We'll attack anything that comes our way. We're in Nashville now. Still only at 52% supply. Okay, so we'll get busy. We'll get busy building a depot down here. Let's get Gibbs' cavalry back with the army, shall we? Transfer them back to the Army of Kentucky. Gibbs. Do it. Looks like got an army with 2 corps here. Pickett's Corps, Tappan's Corps, Army of Mississippi. Let's do this. Trade warfare, blockades get more effective. Bingo. Really want to start squeezing them, right? We'd probably replace Winfield Scott, the commander. Wait a second. Wait a second. You know what? From a role-playing standpoint, the Army of North Virginia has enjoyed unbelievable success. Okay, Winfield Scott has got himself 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars. His fame is decreasing, though. His cunning is very high. It may be here in game, and then just to kind of shake things up and make things interesting, is maybe Scott gets called off to Washington at long last to help guide the war effort since he's been so successful out here. Could we make this thing interesting? Could we really do this? Here, all right, stay with me. So maybe we have some fun. We hamstring ourselves a little bit with McClellan. You know, McClellan is the toast of the nation. He, of course, had plenty of dispatches firing back off to Washington, notifying Lincoln and the rest that he has taken Nashville. He made sure plenty of folks knew about it, right? We could say that. And we could say that there are politicians across Washington who are now calling for McClellan. Cheers! And then the lifting up of Winfield Scott to the War Department and McClellan to command of his army. And then McClellan's command would go Major General Veal. Since he did so well, he was kind of like the overall adjutant commander, administrative guy, who was in charge of our Department of West Virginia when we fought some of those delaying actions against the redeployed Army of Tennessee. So we'll bring him in there. And then we're going to do this. The Army of North Virginia, Winfield Scott, with his 5 stars, is going to get called up and will be replaced by McClellan, who has no stars. I think it's fun to fight with one hand behind your back. Okay, so I think we're going to take this fleet and we're going to go ahead and move to here. This is one. So I've got this one on level 3 now. Okay, finance political reforms that will allow more efficient policymaking in the long run, whether this means structural change. Yeah, okay. So we've got the subsidy funding, so let's do that. Level 4. Wow. Subsidized agriculture. We have so farm mechanization. Let's go. Boom. 2. Let's get down here to the Helena Ferry real quick, and let's just see what we got down here. The propaganda purpose. Santa fighting for the Union, says the Grand Herald. Thomas Nast depicts Santa Claus gifts to Union troops. Puppet Jeff mocking the CSA. Washington, January 3rd. Christmas has been celebrated in numerous ways, even during the Civil War. For example, in Massachusetts, it is seen as an unnecessary expense and should instead be a day of fasting by the Puritans and Lutherans. That's how it's seen. In the Confederacy, Christmas celebrations are as joyful as any other celebration in the South. But this year, cartoonist Thomas Nast has, for the first time, depicted Santa Claus in today's issue of Harper's Weekly. The good people at Harper's Weekly agreed to lend the illustration. Santa Claus evolving most likely from St. Nicholas, a chubby and plump jolly old elf. In the U.S., Kris Kringle has been a common variant of Santa. Nast's illustration shows Santa as an American patriot, bringing gifts to Union troops. No wonder the Confederacy sees Santa as a Dutch toymonger, a New England Hottentot. But as the Grand Herald is no fake news media, we'd like to point out that the real Santa Claus, the Christmas goat, lives in the Russian Grand Duchy of Finland on top of Korvunturi, a mountain made out of the skulls of disobedient children. Very well. I don't know if that's the AI pulling a fast one on us or perhaps the developers writing that in there somewhere. I'm not sure.